The house was full of laughter. Music was playing. 40 guests were downstairs, holding glasses of wine, celebrating 12 years of my marriage. I went upstairs for one reason: more plates. What I found instead changed my life forever. My husband, my own sister, standing too close, in a way that no explanation could ever make innocent. And right behind me, my 2 children, watching. I covered their eyes with my hands before they could understand what they were seeing. I pulled them away, my heart pounding so hard I thought it would break through my chest. Then I walked back downstairs, picked up my phone, and started recording. Not a scene, not a scream, evidence. Because that night, I stopped being the woman who trusted blindly. And I became the woman who was about to take everything back. My name is Claire Hartman. I was 36 years old, married to a man named Daniel for 12 years. We had 2 children, Noah, who is 9, and Lily, who is 7. From the outside, our life looked like a dream. Daniel ran a small but growing construction firm. I worked part-time as a school counselor, close to home so I could pick up the kids every day. We had a nice house in the suburbs, a garden Daniel built with his own hands, and a marriage that everyone around us called goals. My younger sister, Megan, was part of that picture too. She was 2 years younger than me, single, working as an interior designer. After our parents passed away, Megan and I only had each other. I invited her to every holiday, every birthday, every family dinner. When she went through a rough breakup last year, I gave her a key to our house so she could stay whenever she needed space. I trusted her with my home. I trusted her with my children. I trusted her with my husband. That trust was about to be the biggest mistake of my life. Looking back now, there were small things. Megan and Daniel texting more than usual. Daniel offering to drive her to work since it's on the way, even though it wasn't. Little jokes between them that I didn't understand, and laughed along with anyway because why would I ever suspect them? I was planning our 12th anniversary party. 40 guests, friends and family. A night to celebrate everything we had built. I asked Megan to help me plan it. She said yes immediately. Looking back, she said yes a little too fast. The night of the party, our house glowed with string lights. Friends filled the living room. Someone was playing our wedding song on a speaker. Daniel gave a toast about how lucky he was to have found me 12 years ago. Everyone clapped. I remember feeling like the happiest woman in that room. Halfway through the party, we ran low on plates. I told Noah and Lily to come with me upstairs to grab the extra boxes from the closet, since they always liked helping with small jobs like that. We walked up the stairs together, my hand on Lily's shoulder, Noah just ahead of us, giggling about something silly. The hallway upstairs was quieter, softer light, party noise fading behind us. I turned toward the guest room to grab the boxes. And that's when I saw them. Daniel and Megan, standing close together near the doorway, in a way that no sibling relationship, no in-law relationship, no innocent conversation could ever explain. The look on both their faces the second they noticed me told me everything I needed to know, faster than any words could have. Before Noah or Lily could turn and see what I saw, I moved. I put my hands over their eyes gently but firmly, said, "Close your eyes for me, it's a surprise," and turned them both around, guiding them back toward the stairs. My hands were shaking. My voice stayed calm. Somehow, in that single moment, some part of me already understood that this night, this discovery, was going to change everything. And I could not fall apart.
Not yet.
Not with my children watching. I brought Noah and Lily back downstairs and asked my best friend, Sarah, to keep them busy with cake in the kitchen. My hands were still shaking, but my mind had gone strangely clear, the way it does right before you make a decision you can never take back. I did not walk back upstairs and scream. I did not throw a glass or make a scene in front of 40 guests. I know that's what people expect in these stories. But I had learned something important over the years, something Daniel himself had once told me back when he was still a man I admired. Never react in anger, react with proof. So I picked up my phone. I walked calmly to the hallway closet, pretended to search for the extra plates, and instead I opened my phone and started recording video, just capturing the hallway, the guest room door still slightly open, Daniel and Megan's voices low and tense as they tried to figure out what to do about the fact that I had seen them. I caught enough. Their panic, their almost confession, whispered between them, thinking no one could hear. Megan saying she can't know, not tonight, not like this. Daniel saying I'll fix it, just act normal. That single recording, 26 seconds long, would become the most important 26 seconds of my entire marriage. I put my phone away, took a breath, fixed my makeup in the hallway mirror, and walked back down to my own anniversary party with a smile on my face. 40 guests never knew a thing that night, but I knew everything, and I had already begun building my plan. I didn't confront Daniel that night. I didn't confront Megan either. I served cake, I thanked guests for coming, I even hugged my sister goodbye at the door, and she hugged me back like nothing was wrong. That hug was one of the hardest things I have ever done. For the next 9 days, I lived a double life. I smiled at breakfast. I packed the kids' lunches. I said good morning to Daniel like always. But behind the scenes, I was building a case, the same way I imagine a lawyer builds one, brick by brick, with nothing left to chance. I quietly reviewed our joint bank statements and found hotel charges I had never questioned before, always on days Daniel said he was at job sites. I found a second, hidden folder on our shared cloud storage, full of messages between Daniel and Megan that stretched back nearly 8 months. I saved everything. Screenshots, dates, receipts. I also did something Daniel never expected. I contacted a family lawyer quietly during my lunch break at school and asked what my rights were, what the process would look like, and how to protect my children through all of it. She told me something I have never forgotten. The proof you already have is more than most people ever manage to collect. Use it wisely, and don't rush the moment. So I didn't rush. I waited for the right moment, the moment where the truth would come out clearly, completely, with no way for either of them to twist it or explain it away. That moment came exactly 9 days later, at a family lunch Megan herself had scheduled, to talk about wedding season, since she had recently gotten engaged to a man named Ryan, someone none of us had properly met yet. Megan had invited our extended family, aunts, cousins, close friends, along with her fiancé Ryan, to a restaurant downtown to celebrate their engagement. Daniel and I were there too, sitting near the head of the table, playing the role of the perfect couple one more time. Midway through lunch, Megan stood up to give a small toast about Ryan, about starting a new chapter, about finally being happy. I watched Daniel clap along, smiling at her like a supportive brother-in-law. Everyone turned toward me, expecting sweet words about my sister's happiness. Instead, I set my phone on the table, pressed play, and let the 26-second recording from the hallway speak for itself. Daniel's panicked voice. Megan's whispered warning. The unmistakable tension between two people who both knew they had been caught. The table went silent in a way I had never experienced before. Ryan's face changed from confusion to horror as he understood what he was hearing. Aunts and cousins froze mid-bite. I didn't yell. I didn't cry, not yet. I simply said, I found them upstairs at my own anniversary party. My children were standing right behind me. I have known for 9 days, and I needed all of you to know the truth too, before another lie got told at this table. Then I picked up my bag, told Daniel I would see him at the mediator's office that Friday, and I walked out, leaving stunned silence behind me. Ryan called off the engagement with Megan that same week. He told her, in front of me, that he could never trust someone who was capable of doing something like this to her own sister. Megan lost her fiancé, and within a month, she also lost her design contract with our extended family's community center project, since our aunt, who managed the board, no longer wanted to work alongside her. Daniel tried everything to fix things at first. Flowers, apologies, promises that it meant nothing, and was a mistake. I told him calmly that a mistake happens once, by accident. What he did happen for 8 months, on purpose, planned around business trips and job sites he lied about. I filed for divorce 2 weeks after that lunch. Because of the clear evidence I had gathered, the process moved faster than most people expect, and I was granted primary custody of Noah and Lily, with Daniel receiving standard visitation. The hotel receipts and message history I had saved made it impossible for him to argue otherwise in front of the mediator. Daniel's construction business also took a quiet hit. Word travels fast in small suburban communities, and two of his biggest clients, both families we had known for years, chose not to renew their contracts with him that year. He never publicly admitted why. He didn't have to. Everyone already knew. As for Megan, she moved 2 states away about 6 months later. We have not spoken since the day at the restaurant. Some family members still send me updates about her from time to time, but I no longer ask for them. Some doors, once closed, are better left that way. It has been almost 2 years since that anniversary party. I still live in the same house, though I repainted the guest room and turned it into a reading nook for Noah and Lily. Some memories are easier to live with when you change the space around them. Noah and Lily are doing well. They were young enough that night that they never fully understood what they saw, and I made sure it stayed that way. Their only memory of that evening is a fun party with cake and music and a mom who covered their eyes for a surprise. I plan to keep it that way for as long as I possibly can. I started dating again last year, slowly, carefully. Nothing serious yet, but for the first time in a long time, I feel like myself again, not just someone's wife or someone's older sister, but Claire, on her own terms. If there is one thing I want anyone watching this to take away from my story, it's this. Trust is not something you owe to anyone simply because they share your blood or your last name. Trust is earned, and it can be lost in a single moment, no matter how many years came before it. I didn't scream that night. I didn't break down in front of my children or my guests. I gathered the truth quietly, and I let that truth speak louder than any anger ever could. Because sometimes, the strongest revenge isn't shouting in the moment. It's staying calm long enough to make sure the truth cannot be denied, twisted, or hidden ever again. If you were in my place, would you have confronted them right there in the hallway, or would you have waited, the way I did, to make sure the truth came out where everyone could see it? Let me know in the comments below. This story is a work of fiction, inspired by real emotions many people experience. If it moved you, consider subscribing for more stories of betrayal, truth, and the quiet strength it takes to walk away with your dignity intact.